I have spent a lot of time making YouTube videos. I love the process of making a video. From the planning, what little there may be, to the filming, to the editing, and finding enjoyment in the mistakes I've made along the way. I also really enjoy helping people. I like diagnosing issues. And I also like filming the process that it takes to fix those issues. That's where I find myself today, but that's not where my channel started. I started it to share my journey, a journey with no clear destination. Not the pursuit of happiness, but happiness in the pursuit. And this channel has been one of the biggest, most rewarding challenges of my entire life. And with no clear end in sight, I'm thankful. Welcome to my 300th YouTube video.
Hey there guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and also welcome to my 300th video.
I don't know if I'm changing over. In the moonlight I can't kill this feeling sober, so I start to come alive. I don't know what starts to control me. I let it go, another soul that's underneath. I don't really care about this all. It's the fall that kills me. With our back against the wall, just feed the beast and you'll see. Wait for me. I don't wanna die inside my reality. Wait for me. I don't want your life to remember me.
Thank you all so much for joining me. I know 300 videos, that's a lot. Well, it depends on your perspective, but for me, that is a whole lot, and we've come a long way over the last 10 years of making YouTube videos. So I just kind of wanted to make my 300th video as special as possible. So I'm going to be revealing a whole lot of stuff to you guys today. And I'm not gonna hold anything back except for one thing. I'm gonna hold one thing back. I wanted to tell you guys about it, but you know, my better judgment is telling me that it's something that I should still keep kind of behind the scenes, because it is going to be amazing. And I can't wait to show you guys that. But for now, let's talk about my two RSX-Type S's.
One of these two USDM delivered Integras needs absolutely no introduction, but a quick rundown of my 2005 RSX-Type S. I bought this car way back in March of 2015, and in the time that I've owned it, it has gone through a ton of modifications. I won't go through the entire list, but just to get you guys up to speed on it, it has got a fully built K24A2 block and a K20Z1 head. I have done almost every single suspension modification you can think of to this car. I've done a few aesthetic mods like wheels and a splitter, but I've tried to keep the car mostly stock on the outside and on the inside. Most of the work that's been done to this car has been under the hood and to the suspension. Now that we've given the 05 the respect it deserves, let's turn our attention to the new car.
Here we have my 2006 RSX-Type S. Now I know what some of you guys are thinking. Yeah, it looks like an 02 to 04. Well, that's because, you know, it's got the headlights and the front bumper, as you can see, of a 2002 to 2004 RSX. But I assure you, that this is in fact a 2006 RSX Type S. And this is the 2006 RSX Type S that I pulled the head and engine out of in order to build the K24. The head that came on this car from the factory is the head that is currently on this car with all of the Ferrea gear. So I've actually had this car for quite some time. It's been over a year now, I believe. It hasn't really changed much in that year. All it's kind of done is sit and become a storage unit of sorts.
So the short story as to why I purchased the car from Kyle is because I had the numbers matching engine and transmission for the car already. So when he decided to put it up for sale, I could not morally let somebody else purchase the chassis of the car.
I couldn't let it go, and so we ended up striking up a deal, and I ended up going and trailering this bad boy home. And like I said, it's just been sitting for a little while, but I do have a plan for it, and that plan will hopefully, you know, come through at some point. But for now, all it's going to be is a clean chassis Type S that every single stock part that I pull off of the 05 here can go into this, and eventually we will have a running and driving 06, because that is kind of the short-term plan for the car. Is I want to resurrect it and be able to drive it on the street, so that way I can still have a Type S that I can kind of just tool around in on the street when this thing becomes a bit too much. And I already have tons and tons of parts for the 06 here, and I've got a lot of stuff that I have to put onto the 05 that will then, the OEM or aftermarket part that it's replacing will then go on this car as well. So I hope you guys are just as excited to see this thing come back from the dead as I am. In the meantime, let me show you some parts that are going to be going on the 05. Okay, so me, Wes, and Emery got to the post office and picked up the package, and Emery's holding it down. Emery, you got it, baby?
I got it, Dad.
Oh, thank you. So we got it, and we're gonna head back to the house.
Daddy, I kind of unboxed it.
I know, you won't have to. You won't have to, I promise. So we're gonna head back to the house, and we're gonna unbox this bad boy. So we're here at the dump. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it so we can throw this box away. But here's our moment of truth. We're gonna check and see the quality of this bad boy. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Packaged super well. Thank you so much for that. If you ever, this dude ever sees this. And thank you for your order. Thank you for sending it out so quickly. You know what? We're gonna keep it like this, and we'll finish opening it whenever we get back home.
I have several parts that are ready to be fitted up to the 05, but one of the biggest parts that I personally have been so excited to install onto the car is my genuine Honda DC5 Type R wing. I purchased this thing straight from Japan way back whenever we were prepping the RSX to go to the spring Atlanta Import Alliance meetup, and I couldn't get it painted in time in order to install it onto the car. Now, as you can see here, it is painted Nighthawk Black Pearl, but there's a few runs in the paint, and I personally will not install this wing onto the car until it is absolutely perfect. Along with the wing, I also still have the Password JDM gurney flap that you stick onto the very top of the wing. I purchased this thing back in 2021 to see if it would fit on a replica wing, and we all found out that that is not the case. And for those of you wondering, yes, of course, the CBR is still here, and no, we have not gone on our annual Tail of the Dragon trip that we normally go on. There's a lot of things that need to be done to the CBR before it is road worthy, so we may not be making it this year, but don't worry, we'll be able to go early next year, and we'll get a video filmed for you guys. Now, I know a select few of you are curious about the truck, because the truck has a lot of views on the channel on the stuff that we've done to it, and I'm happy to say she's still trucking just fine. The torque converter fix that we did a few years back, no issues. You know, there's a few things I need to get fixed, like we've got some rusty rockers that are getting worse by the day, honestly. But I mean, you know, haul the kids around, haul some vehicles around, and you know,
no complaints. The truck is just the truck. I'm planning on doing a follow-up video at some point about, because it's about time for another transmission fluid change, so I'm gonna do that. But no, it's been going for, I don't even know now. Yeah, I mean, a few years, but almost 70,000 miles or 65,000 miles or something like that, and has not missed a beat. But it is time for a fluid change, so I'm going to do an update video on that. Another video series that did really well with the truck is the AC compressor, and I can confirm that that fix has been fine this entire time. We did that back before my daughter was even born, but I do have to say, and I didn't film this, I had something kick up and blow a hole through the condenser, so I had to replace the condenser and get the system recharged. But ever since that happened, we have not had any issues out of the AC system in the truck. So the truck's been driving fine. It's been blowing cold air. So there's your update on the two bigger things for the truck. Axel! Oh, and Axel's still around. We still got Axel, and he's the best boy. He's the best boy. Oh my God! We've come a long way in the almost 10 years I've been uploading videos to this channel. It started as a hobby, and it still is one, but it's kind of changed into just kind of, you know, my journal for how I have lived my life doing the things that I love. Now, obviously, I don't put everything on YouTube. You know, I don't put a lot of my personal life or my work life or anything like that on here. I still have my day job, but I do YouTube because, you know, as I've always thought, it was fun. And you know, for those of you that came for the CBR and stayed because of it, thank you so much. And for those of you that came for the RSX content and stayed because of it, also thank you, because I was a car guy well and long before I was a motorcycle guy. The motorcycle hobby kind of stemmed from the car hobby, and it's just another mode of transportation, just kind of seeing the world in a different way and what they mean to me and other people in different ways, and you know, kind of that whole journey. So that's what YouTube has been for me, and I've met a lot of really amazing people along the way, and I'm continuing to meet really amazing people, and it has opened a few doors for me here and there, and that is an Audi R8. Wow. That was pretty cool. With all of that being said, I've got some great news.
After all of these years of hard work and preparations, we are finally ready to turbocharge the RSX. But very quickly, there's something that we need to take care of.
So it's finally happening, huh?
Yes, sir.
Gonna actually be able to beat the GR.
If that's a question that's on the table, I think we should give the subscribers a race, potentially.
N8 for N8?
Yeah, the battle of the 2.4 liters, if you will.
All right.
Yeah, but Wes, I have a question for you. As far as the turbo is concerned on the RSX, what's like one of the first things we need to do to the RSX to prep for that?
Remove the brake ducts.
No, think a little bit more like overall of the car. Like, what's something that has to be done for a turbo to go in it?
Remove the coolant reservoir.
Yeah, but what's something that has to be, I'll use the word relocated.
The battery.
Yes, the battery has got to go, or the intercooler piping won't even fit. More than that, if you had to say, just for now, for the NA part of the car, what's the biggest bottleneck of the RSX that may give the GR an edge?
The exhaust. Oh dear.
Yeah, we have some work to do.
Is that happening today?
No, it doesn't have to happen today. It could if you want it to.
I do want that to happen today.
You want to?
I do want that to happen today.
Yeah. So, yeah. As far as NA power, the stock exhaust being usually, would you say the first thing someone does to their car?
The exhaust is normally the first, I feel like.
Usually, like you do.
Followed by coilovers.
Yeah, coilovers, intake, exhaust.
Like the last thing that normally happens is an engine swap.
I've had this car 10 years and I have not touched the exhaust. Yeah, we finally got there, but yeah, HKS high power, let's go.
To be honest with you, I thought this was the last thing that was going to happen. Like, I literally thought this is like the last thing that was going to happen to this car.
This car is not going to be NA much longer.
Right.
So what better last mod for the RSX to get done?
To make it sound like a lawnmower.
Exactly. Well, instead of a quiet lawnmower, it'll be a loud lawnmower. So this versus that in a grudge match, and we'll see who has the faster car.
Built K24 versus stock 2.4.
Yep, the FA24 versus the K24, and we'll have a series of challenges, and we'll see which car. Well, we'll figure out the challenges when the video comes, but definitely a drag race or a roll. Might do a roll race. So yeah, you guys look forward to that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. And the RSX is getting turboed, but we have a race to win first. You guys go ahead and let me know down below in the comments who you think is going to win the race. I've got my suspicions, but just so you guys already know, the HKS is already installed, and you guys will be seeing that video next. Take care and have a great day.
You couldn't handle the disappointment if the GR beats you.
I couldn't handle the disappointment if a similar displacement car beat my car NA. No, I couldn't handle that. I really couldn't. I'd cry.